Oh. Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. And for this stream, we are going to be doing my Warner Brothers DVD collection 2023 edition. And I just sent Movie&GameLover98 the link to the stream so that he is more than welcome to join as well. Okay. So, yeah, but I could show you all of mine. Movie&GameLover98. All right. First off, we're going to be looking at the DVD box sets from Warner Brothers. All right. But before we do that, we're waiting for Movie&GameLover98 to join. Wow. That's cool. You got that SpongeBob DVD, first 100 episodes. So, All right. All right.
Now here I'm like, hey, how's it going?
Good. So
This collection is going to be about Warner Brothers stuff because I saw that title.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have these listed in the best order I can, but I have a few movies by Warner Brothers on DVD.
Well, I know you have those Harry Potter ones.
Actually, I don't. I got rid of them because I wanted the 8-film collection on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
I've only got these selected movies and these two Real Wheels DVDs.
All right. First off, we're going to be looking at DVD box sets from Warner Brothers, and here's the first one. This is the Flintstones, the complete first season.
Yep.
The DVD was released on March 16, 2004.
Okay, March 16, 2004. That was the same day New Friends for Thomas released on both VHS and DVD.
Yes, yep, that's right. It's also the same day The Cat in the Hat was released on DVD and VHS by Universal.
Yep. I don't have the Cat in the Hat movie with Mike Myers yet, but even though that's a Universal Pictures movie, and we're not doing Universal stuff, we're only doing Warner Brothers.
And it says, Bedrock's most famous family is audiences first fell in love with them.
Yeah, luckily this is not like the annoying thing of the SpongeBob Complete First Season, where even though the reissue of the SpongeBob Complete First Season does have the season premiere Help Wanted, but for some reason on the original release of the SpongeBob Complete Season 1 by Paramount, you have to go to the complete third season and select the season premiere Help Wanted. But I'm pretty sure this one has the... Well, this one...
Help Wanted is a season 1 episode.
I don't know why Paramount did that, but luckily on this one, it does have the series premiere at the Flintstone Flyer.
Yes, it does. The front and the back are decorated.
Yep. I know this is... You might like the decorative artwork on the individual season sets rather than the Cole Complete series, which, I don't have the...
Here's what the discs look like.
And you know what I also should have brought? I think I have another Hanna-Barbera ones. I forgot to grab these two Tom and Jerry DVDs I have. Well...
Here's disc 1. That's what it looks like.
That's got Fred and...
Wilma. Fred and
Wilma. It's Wilma, okay. Okay. This is promising.
Now, the second disc.
Yep, it's got those.
It's got the Rubbles, Barney and Betty.
Mm-hmm. That's why I can tell them apart. Not only because of the colored hairs on the two mothers of the two different Flintstone families.
For disc 3, this one has a picture. I believe it has a picture of Fred or Wilma holding a piece of steak, and Dino is getting very excited.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, disc 4 is double-sided, so you can't really see any characters on disc 4 because it's a double-sided disc.
So I think for disc 4, they have to double-side it where they basically... Disc 4 has the one side where you have to watch the episodes and the other side contains the special features?
Yes, that's the one.
But luckily on the complete series, they didn't do that. Like, you know me, I don't have the box set of the complete series yet.
And as for the Warner Home Video logo on this DVD, this one has the normal Warner Home Video logo from 1996 in full screen with the regular strings theme.
Yeah.
And as this is a comedy show, it uses the comedy version of the Hanna-Barbera All-Stars logo, which ends on Fred Flintstone.
Okay.
Now, if you notice, there's another version of the Hanna-Barbera All-Stars logo that is shown on shows that have action, which ends on Johnny Quest in the action variant, whereas the comedy version ends on Fred Flintstone.
That's something I would notice on something else.
So anyway.
Yeah, it just reminds me of
the season 1 discs, the season 1 set.
Okay, we gotta go to the next season because I know I don't have the complete series. Neither do I. Which I think one of these days, one of us should be we should probably show our Disney DVD collection one of these days. But unfortunately, I don't have any of the Disney stuff on just ordinary DVD because I have them on Blu-ray. That'll be coming up in the next few.
Next up, this is the Flintstones complete second season.
Okay.
Released on December 7th, 2004.
That was a while after the earlier's complete season 1 box set released in the United States. And a few days after the LeapFrog releases the third and fourth ones, Math Circus and Talking Words Factory 2, the code word Caper, released on VHS and DVD.
Yeah, that was about 3 weeks after that was released.
And
almost 2 months before the early years Thomas stuff was released.
Almost 2 months after that, because the earlier was released sometime in October 2004, just a while after Thomas's Great to Be an Engine released on VHS and DVD.
Yeah, it says, all 32 episodes over 13 hours of rock solid gold Flintstones. Now, for season 2, this will be the very last complete season to use the old Flintstones opening with the song Rise and Shine before they replaced it with Meet the Flintstones in season 3.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, when we get to the individual sets of Warner Brothers stuff, like, unfortunately, I could bring one of my Tom and Jerry DVDs, but one of them, unfortunately, has a broken part on the disc. When I go grab it eventually, because I forgot to grab it before joining, but that's okay.
We will get to the Tom and... After we go through the Flintstone stuff, we will be looking at one of the Jetsons DVDs and then the Looney Tunes stuff before we go to Tom and Jerry.
Okay. Okay.
In other words, we're showing DVDs of cartoons first before doing films.
What? Oh, sorry. I heard the thing on your screen.
So anyway. Now let's see what we see on disc on season 2.
I think it's got artwork. Well, it's got artwork. Okay, I thought there was gonna be just a simple clear disc, but no, this is an original, so they did artwork back then.
So anyway, disc 1, it has a picture of Fred Flintstone in a chef uniform.
Okay, I think this just says Fred himself, whereas on the complete season 1, it had him and
Wilma.
And Wilma. Saying Wilma kind of reminds me of a character in Scooby-Doo with Scooby and the gang.
Velma, you're talking about. You're referring to.
Well, that one has...
Disc 2 has, once again, the Rubbles, Barney and Betty Rubble.
Okay, we didn't see... We only saw Fred on the disc 1. Because, well, even though I'm going to get the complete series of Flintstones, at least you're going to show me, which I'm pleased about, because I want to give Flintstones a try, or maybe the other one.
And on disc 3, we have Wilma on the disc.
Okay, it's Wilma. Okay, it's kind of like saying. Yeah. Okay, I know the name now.
And just like with the Season 1 DVD box set, the Season 2 DVD box set also uses the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo, since this was released right after 2003, because if Warner Brothers releases are from 2003, it's most likely going to use the low-tone version with the AOL Time Warner Company byline on there. Even though it does shockingly appear on a couple of 2004 releases, like that LeapFrog one.
Well, on the first two, Letter Factory and Talking Words Factory, they used the normal pitch, but on the third and fourth ones, they used the low-toned, low-pitched version.
Wow.
Well, I know you don't have the, but yeah, I know you don't have the LeapFrog. I actually need to grab those LeapFrog releases actually too.
Yeah.
Actually, I should. Well, only the ones by Warner Brothers, because the Christmas one was not released by Warner Brothers. I actually need to go grab them. Well, first let's finish the season, and I'll go grab them really fast.
All right. You could do LeapFrog right before Looney Tunes, since we're starting cartoons off alphabetically.
Okay, I think I should have done. We should have done LeapFrog first. Well, LeapFrog comes after. Actually, in alphabetical order, the Jetsons goes before LeapFrog because Jetsons starts with J.
Yeah.
So we'll do LeapFrog.
Jetsons then.
I think we might do the Real Wheels DVDs after Tom and Jerry as well. Actually, no, before after
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, we'll do Real Wheels, which these are the only two I have, which we'll show later. But let's get to the next season of Flintstones, because I know there's
after Real Deal. We
anyway. Let's see what we have. Well, we know the next season we're going on to.
All right, this next one is Season 3. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, Season 1 goes straight to the Warner Home Video logo. There is without an FBI warning, as it's an early release. As the early releases from 1997 to 2004 don't show FBI warnings until the very end of the DVDs themselves.
Yeah, you know, like that FBI warning screen that had like this black background but had this white logo, but that was also shown on the first 6 Thomas VHS tapes in the USA from Thomas Gets Tricked.
That one.
Yeah, that was also shown at the end of some LeapFrog releases, but I think on some ones they show up at the beginning.
Yes.
But yeah.
And
let's look at Season 3. Let's got a.
And on disc 2, it uses a digitally generated alternate version of that same FBI warning with the black background, which has the FBI warning text fade in and out with the FBI font being completely different. Now, this is the complete third season, released on March 22nd, 2005.
You know, that was actually weeks after the Christmas with the Cranks movie released on VHS and DVD, and after Thomas's Solar Celebration hit VHS and DVD.
This one has all 28 episodes of Season 3. Now, this would also be, since Season 3 premiered in late 1962, that is also the same year the Jetsons premiered.
Oh, wow. I guess they just waited to do a few episodes of that after this season was, at the time, was being made.
After the second season, they did production work for both the third season of the Flintstones as well as the Jetsons.
Well, I need to give this and Jetsons a try. But yeah, there's a new character in there. That would be the new baby, that being the girl.
And
the
like
baby.
I said before, as Flintstones is a comedy show, it uses the comedy version of the Hanna-Barbera All-Stars logo on it.
Yep.
Ending on Fred Flintstone. All right, here we go.
Yep.
And it says, special delivery, 13 hours of Season 3 joy, including Pebble's prehistoric birth.
You know, I actually saw a Flintstones VHS tape at Goodwill a while ago, Flicka. It had Pebbles on it. You can tell that's the debut. I think it has her birth episode in there. I think.
I I actually do have a VHS release of the Flintstones from 2000 called Stone Age Adventures.
Well, isn't that the one that's the cover art with Pebbles on the cover with next to
No, it
Wilma?
has a picture of Fred Flintstone going bowling on the front.
Oh, that. Well, anyway, yeah, there's the cover art of Fred. And
Season 3. Now, Season 3 is also the first season to introduce Pebbles Flintstone. And also the first season to use the new theme song for the Flintstones called Meet the Flintstones, which replaced Rise and Shine. However, the first two episodes of this season, used the Rise and Shine opening from the first two seasons, probably because the first two episodes were produced during the second season, but probably didn't air until the third season, and that's why the Rise and Shine opening was used.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this box set was released a while after Christmas with the Cranks hit VHS and DVD, which I need to upgrade Christmas with the Cranks to Blu-ray. But I'll see if I could possibly do it. I will ask Disc Replay how much they took for these DVDs I need to get rid of, because I don't like having these DVDs in my possession anymore.
So anyway, here's disc 1 of the season 3. It has a picture of Fred Flintstone holding Pebbles
in front of, well, that's just the logo. But yeah, that's him holding Pebbles, the new baby girl. I think that looks like a cutie character, even though I haven't watched Flintstones all the way through. It doesn't look. It looks cute though, I will admit.
Right. And for disc 2, that one has a picture of Wilma and Betty talking to each other, and Pebbles is playing in the background.
Yeah, that cutie Pebbles. I noticed there was a little bit of writing, but that's okay.
It's all right.
I mean, I guess it was just the previous owner, because I know it wasn't your copy before.
And then for disc 3, this one has it looks like Barney Rubble is getting licked by Dino while Pebbles is watching.
Yeah.
And disc 4 is double-sided, so it doesn't have artwork on the fourth disc. But anyway, as this is a 2005 release,
I'm listening.
They have the FBI anti-piracy warning screen on the blue and black gradient background. Even though it was introduced in October 2004, it wouldn't be until 2005 where they used it full time.
Yeah, it's something of full time, but.
And this also has the regular Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme. All right.
And next up, we're going to the next season of Flintstones. We're nearly almost there.
And then now we are going into the DVD of the Flintstones The Complete Fourth Season, released on November 15th, 2005, which is exactly 1 week before Warner Brothers released The Polar Express on VHS and DVD.
Yeah, they released a widescreen edition DVD, both 1 disc and 2 disc for The Polar Express a week after that, and the extremely rare VHS, but they didn't release the full screen DVD of The Polar Express till after Christmas Day 2005. That's the same thing with the Toy Story 2 2-disc special edition DVD of Toy Story 2 2005.
And that's also 2 weeks before Warner Brothers released a documentary, March of the Penguins, on DVD.
Yeah, and this was 2 months after Thomas Calling All Engines released on both VHS and DVD at the same time. And yes, a month after one of the Playhouse Disney shows I now despise aired on Playhouse Disney.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, and I'm not going to go over this because it's a show from Disney.
Because Warner Brothers and Disney don't have a cooperation with each other whatsoever.
And it says, Pebbles meets Bam Bam plus 25 more pre-hysterical fourth season episodes. Now, this is the first season where we introduced another baby, except this time it is a baby boy named Bam Bam. And
yeah,
Pebbles interact with each other for the first time in this season.
Well, that is a plus. And well, anyway. And I didn't know he was lifting something heavy like that, Bam Bam. Wow.
One of the episodes this season, one of the early episodes this season, didn't seem to be pretty funny because it was rather depressing. It was one of the episode. It was an episode where Dino ran away, and
it caused all the characters to cry except for
Betty Rubble.
Yeah, everyone except Betty cried. Yeah, that means Betty was the only one that didn't cry, but the others did for some reason.
Yeah. Well, in the first, earlier on in the episode, we hear Wilma crying first, earlier on in the episode, and then in the second part of the episode, Wilma cries again, along with Pebbles and Fred Flintstone, and even Barney Rubble.
But yeah, and also just saying this is also Flintstones related. I think, as I'm curious, that I was telling you about the VHS tape I saw at Goodwill a while ago, but unfortunately I didn't buy it because I didn't have a way to play it. It had a white tape inside. It's kind of like those Barney VHS tapes, and the Thomas. One of the versions of Thomas Calling Legends on VHS is white.
And here's the disc for disc 1 of season 4. This has Pebbles and Bam Bam making music.
I didn't know that. Maybe some babies could be good at performing music with their baby music toys. That's what I know. Oh, yep.
Disc 2 looks like Fred and Barney are wearing a type of buffalo uniform.
Yep.
Which I assume is from Peekaboo Camera, even though Peekaboo Camera is actually shown on disc 3 instead of disc 2.
It's kind of funny. Like on the Thomas Earlier's box set, they put Percy's face for disc 2 of the Earliers, even though his debut wasn't until after 2 episodes after the first 2 on the Earliers disc 2, which is Trouble in the Shed.
And then for disc 3, it's got a picture of Wilma and Betty relaxing at the beach.
Yep. Looks like they have some episodes where they do relax at the beach in this series, rather. So I mean, I need to watch Flintstones. I don't want to think if I can watch all these series all the way through. I mean, I can try to. I mean, even if there are some episodes I have to avoid.
Now, as for season 4, this would be the very last season where B. Benaderet voices Betty Rubble, because by then B. Benaderet was too busy working on Petticoat Junction that he couldn't reprise the role of Betty Rubble in season 5, so another actress had to take over her.
But luckily, I'm going to say this, like the 2 Beauty and the Beast sequels, I think they brought back the one actress to still reprise the role as Belle in the Disney Christmas direct video movie Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas and Belle's Magical World, the Belle version.
And just like with the season 3 set, the season 4 one also starts off with the black and blue gradient background and the FBI anti-piracy warning. But it takes about 5 seconds for it to actually appear, because you get a black screen for an extra 5 seconds on this DVD before the FBI warning appears. Whereas on the season 3 set, it went right to the FBI warning.
That's equivalent of like a Thomas VHS tape, where it would take a while for the warning screens for the message to say, per best picture quality, please adjust your VCR tracking control. That's not really the equivalent of a Thomas VHS tape. Like I said, the first 5 Thomas VHS tapes from Thomas Gets Tricked is better late than never this time, where it takes like 5 seconds for the tape to get to the warning saying, for best picture quality, please adjust your VCR tracking control.
All right. And of course... And of course, the season 4 DVD set also uses the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme, of course. And of course, This one is season 5, the complete 5th season, released on March 7th, 2006, which is the exact same day Warner Brothers also released Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire on DVD.
Yeah, they never released on VHS Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Even though they did make a DVS, a descriptive video service VHS version of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Well, that's extremely rare, and I'm not going to be able to find that. And also, like, March 7, 2006, a month after Thomas Track Stars and Thomas Movie of Vengeance released on both VHS and DVD, and after Thomas Comes to Breakfast got its very first DVD release. And speaking of that, I saw some Clifford DVDs at Goodwill at work just today, and I'm going to see if I can get them. Maybe. Keep my fingers crossed.
All right. It says, enjoy more Bedlam and Bedrock with everyone's favorite Stone Age clans.
Clans.
For season 5, this will be the first season where an actress named Jerry Johnson, Jerry with a G, not a J.
Yep.
With Betty Rubble.
Okay.
After B. Benaderet left to work on Petticoat Junction. And of course, season 5 is like is the season where the Flintstones basically starts going a little bit downhill, especially after the original voice for Betty Rubble leaves the show. But it's not. But season 5 and season 6 are not bad seasons. They're still good seasons, but I think the first 4 seasons are better.
Well, I can understand that because, I mean, that's equivalent of, like, yes, some people don't really like the CGI of Thomas seasons 12 through 24, but they only like the fully modeled Thomas seasons 1 through 11, despite seasons 9 through 11 are acting like childish characters in seasons 9 through 11 of Thomas.
And, of course,
oh, yeah.
For this one,
yep.
Disc 1 shows a picture of Wilma and Betty dancing to music at the beach, which is actually from the season 5 finale, Surfin' Fred, even though that's on disc 4 instead of disc 1.
Oh my god. That's another throwback to, like, why they put Percy's face as the face on the second disc of the earlier, even though his debut episode would eventually appear after that. At least, like, Thomas and James, like, they kind of got it right. Well, for Thomas, of course, they had to put Thomas's face on the first disc of the earlier because he's in the premiere Thomas and Gordon, aka Thomas Gets Tricked in the U.S.
Disc 2 shows Pebbles and Bam Bam playing at the beach with Pebbles making a dinosaur sandcastle.
Like, at least, like, this cartoon, they can try to make their children make sandcastles in the sand. I loved making sandcastles as a kid, but I don't do that anymore.
And disc 3 shows a picture of Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble going surfing.
Okay, I know some surfing is kind of fun to do at the beach. Like I'm keeping my enthusiasm in myself.
Once again, that episode is actually the season 5 finale.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Disc 4 is double-sided, so...
No artwork, unfortunately.
But at least on the Jetsons disc, disc 4 is one side, so you can see the artwork on that.
Yep.
Speaking of which, we're almost done. We have one more DVD box set, and then we have like a Flintstones TV special to go over.
Okay, I think, because yeah, I'll have to go grab the LeapFrog releases in a second. But let's show this season, and then I'll go quickly grab the 5 LeapFrog releases by Warner Brothers.
All right.
But let's quickly look at this last season of Flintstones, the very last season that they ever released.
The Flintstones, the complete 6th season, released September September 19th, 2006.
I'd said the same day. I think it's the same day as one of those Clifford releases of September 2006.
I
I think
Clifford's Big Halloween might have been released a week before this one, but
well, okay. It was after that because this was released a week after that. Clifford the Big Red Dog release and Thomas Come Ride the Rails released on DVD only because Come Ride the Rails never got a VHS release because after that, Thomas and VHS was just out the window. Goodbye to Thomas and VHS. No more Thomas and VHS.
all right. So this one says the final piece of prehistoric bedrock.
Yep, the very grand finale.
Now, this season we get more guest stars in this season.
Okay.
Like one episode has Tony Curtis play the role of Stony Curtis.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sierra. It's also got Elizabeth Montgomery in one episode of this season.
Okay.
And and the season 5 one also has the FBI warning screen take an extra 5 seconds for it to appear before the Warner Home Video logo with the regular string theme, of course. And then for season 6, it looks like the picture's like it's loosely based off of the end credits of the show, where it looks like the saber-toothed tiger is locking Fred Flintstone out of his house.
Oh my god. I guess that's it for. Well, we gotta look at the discs first.
And disc 1, it shows a picture of Fred and Wilma holding a type of drink, I believe.
They're just holding cheers.
Disc 2 shows a picture of Pebbles, Bam Bam, and of course Dino the dinosaur. And then for disc 3, it has the Rubbles, Betty and Barney doing the same cheers trick.
Okay.
And disc 4 is double-sided. But this season 6 set also has the FBI warning take an extra 5 seconds for it to appear, just like with the season 4 and season 5 DVD releases. And it also has the Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme. So now we get into a TV special.
Okay, well, while we do that, I'm going to quickly go grab the 5 LeapFrog DVDs, and then we can go on and proceed.
All right. So. All right. I'm going to wait for Movie&GameLover98 to join to start. I'm going to wait for Movie&GameLover98 to come back before we continue.
Trying to look up.
All right, here we go. So, this next DVD and this last Flintstones DVD before we move on to the Jetsons, which I only have one Jetsons release, is of course a Flintstones Christmas Carol, and that is released on DVD October 2nd, 2007.
That's what I'm thinking. Weeks before Thomas Ultimate Christmas released on DVD. I think, yeah, you said October 2nd. This was released weeks before Thomas Ultimate Christmas released on DVD. And get this, several weeks before the LeapFrog, the vinyl one with the original character designs, A Tad of Christmas Cheer released many weeks after that.
All right. It says, have happy holidays the Bedrock way. This TV special's from 1994.
Okay, it's in 1994. Okay.
Even though the TV series itself ran from 1960 to 1966.
I think they reran the Flintstones on Cartoon Network nowadays, but I don't think they did.
Well, they did back in 2011 on Boomerang, because I've seen reruns of it back in late 2010 and early 2011 when I was in 4th grade, and we recorded episodes of that show. Have happy holidays the Bedrock way. But get this, you actually get to see a bonus episode, Christmas Flintstone from season 5, as a bonus feature on this DVD.
So that's the only way to see that missing episode, I think, is to watch that?
Well, Christmas Flintstone is on the complete season 5 DVD box set. However, this is the only release where you could actually see it on 2 releases instead of 1.
Well, that is something. It's kind of like how, well, yeah, I can barely come up with any of these Thomas releases to come up with something. It's like on the VHS of Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, they see that there's 2 new stories, but there's only 1 new story.
All right, so anyway.
Well, anyway.
Bonus episode, Christmas Flintstone, and this does have the 1994 Hanna-Barbera Comedy All-Stars logo ending on Fred Flintstone intact at the end of the episode. And, of course, here is the disc. It's got Bam Bam, and it's got a picture of Fred Flintstone dressed up as Ebenezer Scrooge.
It's kind of like how different versions of A Christmas Carol, like in the Mickey version, they use this character to do Ebenezer Scrooge, and Mickey Mouse is Bob Cratchit.
Yes, and of course, yeah.
Well, I think in this one,
as for this DVD, this has the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo in full screen, and it also has the regular strings theme, just like the seasons 1 through 6 DVD box sets. You are not going to believe this, but Warner Brothers actually made DVDs of the 1960s and 1970s collections in 2009, and strangely, they used the dual synthesized strings version of the Warner Home Video logo on them, despite the fact that they showed old cartoons.
Yep. Okay, let's go on to the next Warner Brothers
Jetsons DVD that I have.
The Jetsons one.
All right. This one is the complete first season of the Jetsons, released on May 25th, 2004.
May 25th, 2004. The same day as Blue's Clues Blue Talks released on VHS and DVD, and when Dragon Tales When I'm Afraid VHS and DVD released, and a week after Thomas Themies vs. Diesels hit VHS and DVD.
Yes. From the Hanna-Barbera Golden Collection, all 24 episodes of season 1. And of course, in this series, it's basically a futuristic version of the Flintstones, where it takes place in the future instead of the prehistoric past.
That's what I would think of. Because they have a crossover calling the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones.
I don't have that, but I'm hoping to get that on DVD sometime.
Hopefully, maybe ask for it for your birthday. Maybe if it's available on DVD, or I think it's just DVD.
Go back to the future and meet the original Space Age family. And of course, George O'Hanlon does the voice of George Jetson in this series. Unfortunately, he already left in 1989 at the age of 76.
The cause of it was
it was due to a stroke.
A stroke? I mean, I never got a stroke. I don't know how a person can get a stroke and pass away from that. I mean,
well, basically what happens is you have a hard time speaking. Sometimes your speech gets slurred. Sometimes you can't feel anything on one side of the body. That's what it basically is.
Okay, because unfortunately one of my uncles is like that flicka, and he can't even speak anymore. The only way for him to let him have someone do to have like his sentences said for him is to record it on his phone, because he just cannot. I don't think he can fully talk anymore.
And I also wanted to tell you who did the original voice of Fred Flintstone, Alan Reed.
Reed.
But he left in 1977 at the age of 69.
Well, it was the same age when the original Thomas director David Mitton passed away in 2008. Yes,
and
because of a heart.
Surprisingly, it was due to the same cause that David Mitton had.
Yes, a heart attack at the age of 69.
Yes.
Well, it also reminds me of something else. How like this one actor who voiced the dog Einstein in Oliver and Company, he passed away in 2000, just the same year as Jim Varney did. Yeah, William Hooligan, who voiced Einstein in Oliver and Company. Well, anyway, let's keep looking at the rest of this Jetsons first season. But there is a complete series on DVD.
Yeah. For some reason, they didn't release season 2 on DVD till 2009.
Oh my god! But luckily, the complete series, you don't have to worry about that inconvenience anymore. Because, well, what date did the second season release in 2009 on DVD?
Sometime in 2009. I'll have to look it up.
Okay, because I think like when we get to the next one shows, when we talk about the LeapFrog releases, we'll have to fortunately look up the date for when this. Well, okay. Well, I'll tell you when I show you the release eventually. But let's look at the first disc.
Disc 1 that shows a picture of George Jetson and his wife Jane.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because I know I watched the Family Guy episode Meet the Quagmires, where they did show a parody of this, where they did sing this one about the Jetsons, and they sang it's about Jane, his wife.
And here's the second disc, which shows a picture of the teenage daughter, Judy.
Okay, Judy. Kind of don't want to be confused with like saying Judge Judy on that show that's on television. I remember my mom used to love Judge Judy flicka. Well, anyway.
Now, disc 3 shows a picture of the young boy Elroy.
Elroy Jetson. That's a hard name for me to memorize off the top of my head.
And then disc 4 shows a picture of Astro, the dog.
Okay, Astro Dog.
And surprisingly, he's voiced by Don Messick, who also did Scooby-Doo.
Oh, cool. That's something promising. Okay.
And Mel Blanc also appears in the Jetsons, just like he was also in the Flintstones. But while Mel Blanc played a very funny character in the Flintstones called Barney Rubble, what he plays in the Jetsons is the exact opposite of Barney Rubble. He is very, very serious, and he's like, Jetson, I expect you to return to my office or you're fired.
Oh my god.
Mr. Spacely. And this Jetsons DVD box set also uses the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme. And now, Movie&GameLover98 is going to show his releases.
We're starting with the first two released on December 9th, 2003. Both of these are Letter Factory and Talking Words Factory. They both released on the same day, December 9th, 2003, just about a week after Dragon Tales. We Can Solve It Together released on VHS and DVD, and many weeks before Bob the Builder Tool Power released on VHS and DVD, because these were released before Christmas Day 2003. And I know you probably didn't watch this when you were 3, Flicka, even though these came out after.
I didn't watch the LeapFrog series, but I have enjoyed but I have heard of LeapFrog because I have many books made by LeapFrog for the LeapPad and My First LeapPad learning systems.
You know, I saw the My First LeapPad system at Goodwill at my work, Flicka, but I didn't have a chance to buy it. It had the My First Thomas the School Trip, and this other one that I did remember getting, but I didn't have the system. But yeah, let's look at Letter Factory first, which we should go in order. We should do, basically, of course, we should start with Letter Factory.
And as for the My First LeapPad, they actually made a book based off of a Dora the Explorer episode, which I know you despise that show now.
Yeah, but at least they did Bob the Builder, which is good. But yeah, this one, yes, we know what this one's about. It starts off just to show kids to teach kids to show off the alphabet to them for the first time, and it's a basic video, but it's a cool one. Here's the disc, which has Tad and Professor Quigley in the swinging O swinging on vines in the letter O room. Because like I said, this is a basic video.
And these LeapFrog DVDs both use the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme, even though they were released in 2003.
I mean, I think on the VHS versions, they do have...
the VHS versions use the low-tone version.
But the DVDs, they use the normal one. But yeah, here's Talking Words Factory, personally one of my favorites. But we'll get to the next LeapFrog release we'll see is my all-time favorite. Yeah, these are all with the original character designs, not the redesigns, which are terrible, because luckily Warner Brothers didn't do that. But yeah, Talking Words Factory, don't mind the little fading on the spine. I remember getting this from a disc replay sale. And yeah, there's Leap with a hard hat. It says this one says, learn how letters build their words. This is a way to help children not only make how their letters sound, but mush them into words. And this one, yeah, there's some scenes I can remember off the top of my head of this video. But yeah, here's the disc for Talking Words Factory, the original, with Tad and Professor Quigley, with him showing the Stickorama weapon that. Oh yeah, it has the old parents guide. Maya's old parents guide, because I got this off a separate copy.
Yeah, you know, that design in the front reminds me of, that red, that reminds me of the front cover for some of the LeapPad books released in late 2003 to 2007.
You mean like this design? Like the one I'm holding?
No, open up the case and I'll show you what I mean.
Oh, the little thing on the parents guide.
No,
the parents guide.
The red color on the left.
The little red color thing on the left.
Yes.
Oh, that thing. The one that where I say blah, I don't care about that age.
The one that the LeapFrog logo is on.
Oh, yes. That one. Okay, I keep looking at the wrong thing.
Yes, that
Silly me. Sorry. But anyway. Yeah, I know it has this little guy, but we know what it's all about. And even like they had old LeapPad design on every parent guide leading up to, because only these 3 of the 5 by Warner Bros. I have of the parent guide, but the other 2 I don't. Even though I have seen them on eBay, I'm gonna probably get them for my birthday, maybe.
And these 4 out of the 5 releases that you have use that old LeapFrog logo with the frog on it, while the last one, which
shows the
is Learn to Read, does not have the frog on it at all.
Like on these ones, like the female announcer says, "LeapFrog, learn something new every day." I think this one is the first. This is the first one they introduced the different version at the beginning.
This Math Circus on November 16th, 2004.
Are you sure it's November 16th? I thought it was released the same time as the original DS released back in North America. This and the next one, Talking Words Factory 2, the code word caper. But this is my all-time favorite LeapFrog release. And the reasons, my reasons? Math. My favorite subject from my favorite subject from school as a child, math. This is why I love Math Circus, and not only do I like math, is because they sing how they show kids how to start with math. And I know, yes, you didn't watch this when you were 4 either, Flicka, but this was, I mean, like, if you wanted to give these a try, be my guest, but if you're not interested, but feel free to step down right now. But yeah, here's the disc from Matt Circus. It has Leap, Lily, and Tad. And Tad is...
And what makes this DVD very, very strange is the fact that even though this is released in November 2004, it acts like a 2003 release because it has the low-tone Warner Home Video logo with the AOL Time Warner Company byline with the regular strings theme.
Yeah, I can notice that, but yeah. And I'm disappointed they never released a sequel to this video, the Math Circus, where this one they only count and do addition and subtraction, and that's it. Because I guess this is helping kids getting ready to learn math. Kindergarten in first grade, I think. But yeah. And now on to the fourth one. This is Talking Words Factory 2, the Code Word Caper,
which also acts like a 2003 release because it also uses a low-tone Warner Home Video logo with AOL Time Warner Company byline.
Yep, this cover art features introducing the silent E to this one, but like where they have to really use a different vowel sound when they use a letter with the silent E. You can tell right here because the E's mouth is muffled, but they have a way to get their E's voice back. Because this one they have to get Mr. Websley's voice back. You can tell that's the character right here. He used to be bossy in the first couple of videos, but now all of a sudden he starts to get kinda nice.
Yeah. This is also the last release to use the old LeapFrog logo with the frog.
And this is also the last release to be put on both VHS and DVD at the same time. And this was also after the Polar Express released in theaters.
Yes. Yes.
This one does not contain this only contains like one preview, I think, on the VHS, because I don't have any of these on VHS, even though I want to get these all on VHS so bad. But yeah, and here's the disc for Talking Words Factory 2, the Code Word Caper. Oh, turn it around. There's Leap, Lily, and Tad again, except there's like the Tad. The Tad is still almost the same at the back, except his hand is positioned on the left arm right here. But on the back cover, his arm is down.
Yeah.
And this one also has a parent guide.
And then now we only have one more release. The only one from 2005, which is Learn to Read at the Storybook Factory. And the only one where it has the LeapFrog logo without the frog, but it is still in uppercase.
But, of course, like, I think this was released. I don't know. Was this released after Dragon Tale Singing Ants and Dragland released on VHS and DVD? But this was the first one to be DVD only?
I'll look it up.
Okay, because if this was released afterwards, because I'm pretty sure, like, because I have, like, well, because this was sometime in August 2005, because I know Dragon Tale Singing Ants and Dragland released on the second day of August 2005. But that's a Sony release. But this is Warner Brothers. And this is the last LeapFrog release to be distributed by Warner Brothers before Porchlight Entertainment did the final one with the original designs. And it introduces some new characters into this. Not only did they got Leap, Lily, and Tad, they also got some new additions like Della Duck and like a different version of Dot. Not to be confused with Dot the girl from the PBS Kids idents on PBS Kids. And Parker Pig and Tim Turtle, which all those made cameos in Math Circus, but they finally get speaking roles with new additions in this video. And oh yeah, I know you're looking up the video's release date for this, because I forgot to mention this in my HMR on this DVD a while back in 2020. Well, anyway, here's the disc for Learn to Read the Storybook Factory. It is a squished up version of the poster art, and I think this did originally come with a pamphlet, but unfortunately I never got it with that pamphlet. But I know I sold this with Letter Factory on the eBay website. Well, yeah, I know you were looking up the date for this when this was released. Because luckily I know, like I said, I told you about when that Tata Christmas Cheer that was not distributed by Warner Brothers, eventually released 2 years after this DVD released. And this says ready for school skills, because this is teaching the kids getting ready to reading. Oh yeah, I noticed you were still looking for when this was released, Flicka. Well, because if this was released after Singing Ants and Dragland and Dragon Tales released on DVD and VHS, that release, because like I said, this was the first LeapFrog release to be DVD only. because they didn't do VHS. Even though this was going to get a VHS, they unfortunately...
September 20th, 2005.
Okay, this was after Calling Legends of Thomas released on VHS and DVD. So that was 13 days... I think it was, 13 days... No, 14 days after that. So 2 weeks after Thomas Calling... You said September 20th or September 22nd?
September 20th.
20th. Okay, so that was 2 weeks after Thomas Calling Legends released on both VHS and DVD at the same time.
All right, now.
So, okay, now that's all the LeapFrog releases all taken care of. The 5 by Warner Brothers. And now
we get into the show that started out Warner Brothers. That is, of course, Looney Tunes. This is the Golden Collection. And this DVD box set was released on October 28th of 2003.
October 28th, 2003. That was 2 weeks after Thomas's Snowy Surprise hit VHS and DVD, and after Thomas Best of Gordon hit VHS.
And
I say that because
fully restored, completely uncut, totally loony. And it's got 56 Looney Tunes shorts on 4 discs. So each one has like 14 shorts on them.
Okay, 14 shorts on each disc. That rounds it up to 56 altogether.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm holding the next releases we'll show later. I think we can get through Looney Tunes very fast.
But I will show you the discs. I have a lot of Looney Tunes DVDs, actually, so. But anyway, here's disc 1, and it's got a picture of Bugs Bunny.
Sorry, I was just trying to get something off there. Don't want to see that. Sorry, I was just...
Disc 2 has a picture of Daffy Duck.
That should need to stay on. It's really sticky stuff all over it.
Disc
Anyway.
3 has
Sorry,
the Tasmanian Devil. And disc 4 has Tweety Bird.
That sweetie Tweety guy. Blimey.
And of course, because this DVD is released in 2003, this actually does have the 2002 version of the 1996 Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme in low tone and the AOL Time Warner Company byline on it.
Okay. This is promising. Okay.
Now, this next one is called
Still more Looney Show. Yep.
the Looney Tunes Spotlight Collection Premiere Edition.
Okay.
And basically this set copies off all the shorts from disc 3 and disc 4 of the Looney Tunes Golden Collection.
Okay.
Now for disc 1, it's got a whole cast of characters on there.
It's going to be hard to list all of them off. It's got a ton of characters on there. Sorry, trying to keep my enthusiast in there because I'm not going to say I now despise Looney Tunes. I do not despise them. I will always love them for years to come.
And disc 2 has another cast of characters on them.
Yep. And no, I think it's different from the previous one because sometimes they'll switch the characters around.
And this is also released in 2003, and this also uses this one also uses the 2002 version of the 1996 Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme in low tone and the AOL Time Warner Company byline. All right, now we go into the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 2, released on November 2nd, 2004. This one says, rampant looniness, fully restored and completely uncut. And this has 60 Looney Tunes shorts with
My God.
15 of them on each disc.
Okay. So 15 on each of the 4 discs. That makes rounds up to 60 altogether.
Now, disc 1 also has Bugs Bunny, but it's in a different color, so it's kind of like the artwork for the first volume, but a different variation. Disc 2 has the Roadrunner, who does nothing but go meep meep.
that funny meep sound. Funny meme sound, if you ask me. Or just keep an eye on something.
Disc 3 shows a picture of Tweety and Sylvester.
Yeah, I'm actually going to say this, Flicka. I remember having a Tweety and Sylvester Looney Tunes VHS when I was a kid, and I don't even know why I had this. I mean, even though I should have watched it all the way through as a kid.
Now, disc 4 shows Michigan J. Frog from a 1955 cartoon called One Froggy Evening. All right.
There goes his laptop again. There goes his computer again.
Anyway, this is a 2004 release. This one actually uses the original Warner Brothers FBI warning at the beginning, which is like the same one from LeapFrog Map Circus and LeapFrog Talking Words Factory, except this one does not fade in or out.
Yep.
And it has the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo in full screen from 1996 with the regular strings theme on this set.
Okay. I'm just holding these two for when we get to this next thing next, Flicka, because that's a surprise. I think we've got more of Looney Tunes to go.
Spotlight Collection Volume 2. This one repeats the episodes from Disc 3 and 4 of the second volume of the Golden Collection. And, here's Disc 1, which shows a cast of characters. This one is in black and white. However, there exists color versions of the discs, but this one is in black and white on mine, and it's shiny. This is one of a few Warner Brothers releases that I have with a shiny looking disc art that you would usually see on Columbia TriStar releases.
Guess they did something, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they did something, yeah.
Disc 2 is also black and white and shiny with another cast of characters. And, of course, this set also has the FBI warning and Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme from 1996 at the beginning.
All right.
Now we go into the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 3, released on October 25th, 2005.
Oh, you know that? I think I'm going to tell you this, Flicka. Now, if we could do the Columbia TriStar DVD collections and maybe a redone version, I actually have Bewitched. I think that released the same day on DVD at the same time as that on DVD. I looked on the Moviepedia. It said Bewitched with Will Ferrell released the same time on DVD as that. I think.
All right. Anyway,
We'll
this
have to
one
see.
says restored, remastered, completely uncut and uncensored looniness, including some home video debuts. And beginning with this DVD, there's a notice on the packaging that says Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 3 is intended for the adult collector and may not be suitable for children.
That's kind of like how on the Family Guy sets they keep saying contains content not suitable for all ages, because some people don't want people watching Family Guy for some reason, even though it's a funny show.
Now, if you look at the discs for this, disc 1, once again, shows Bugs Bunny.
Yep, same way.
This one also has 60 cartoons with 15 on each disc, just like with the second volume. Disc 2 is Daffy Duck.
Oh, no, not going to show that yet.
Disc 3 shows Porky Pig. And as for disc 4, that one shows Tweety Bird.
Yep, same one, except it's a different pose.
Yeah, this has the FBA anti-piracy warning screen on a black and blue gradient background. And it's got the 1996 Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme. It also has an introduction by Whoopi Goldberg on those discs before the DVD menu.
Interesting. I've seen like that before on a DVD. That.
Yeah. Next one is
Oh yeah, show that first.
the Spotlight Collection Volume 4.
Okay.
On
Another one.
It was released on November 14, 2006, I believe. Let's see.
This is going to be, well, I can't show you that yet, Flicka. This is the first Real Wheels DVD I got to show after that. We got to finish this first. I guess I can hold it to see what's going on.
November 14th, 2006. I was right. It was released November 14th, 2006.
That's good.
I have quite a lot of Looney Tunes releases, though.
Oh my god, that is so much.
But all right. Now, if you notice, the discs are stacked differently, like with the Flintstones Season 5 and Season 6 set.
Yeah, I hate stacked disc in 4Ks and Blu-rays.
Disc 1 and Here is disc 2. I have 2 more Golden Collection releases to cover, followed by a film, and then the Looney Tunes Superstars DVD releases.
Yeah, I know you got tons of Looney Tunes stuff.
Here's the Looney Tunes Golden Collection, Volume 5. Which is released on October 30th, 2007.
Okay, October. That's the day I said it. October 30th, 2007. Released at the same time as the LeapFrog, the last film, original character designs at Tada Christmas Cheer.
And of course, for disc 1, that shows Bugs Bunny.
Same old style.
Disc 2 shows Porky Pig.
Porky Pig. Okay.
Disc 3 shows Daffy Duck. And of course, for disc 4, we have Tweety and Sylvester. Now, this set, just like with the rest of the Looney Tunes sets, including the Spotlight Collection Volume 4, they have the 1996 Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme on it, and of course, all right. We have one more Looney Tunes box set left.
Okay.
And that is the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 6. And that is released on October 21st, 2008. And once again,
Yep.
disc 1
Not talking much.
always shows Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, all of them will show Bugs Bunny. Yeah, I think you first mentioned that earlier. Starting with that volume, leading up to every volume, it will always use Bugs Bunny on this one. But, well, this is your collection. You can do whatever you like. Anyone can do whatever they like on the stream.
So anyway, disc 2, that one shows Elmer Fudd.
Elmer. Okay.
Elmer Fudd. Of course, he's the one that says, "Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits." Disc 3 shows Tweety and a character from the 1930s called Bosco, who kind of looks like Mickey Mouse.
Oh my god.
And of course, disc 4 has Daffy Duck.
Yeah, I know while you're putting that away, Flicka, I'm doing a birthday stream for someone on Sunday. If you're welcome, you're welcome to absolutely join. But if you're unfortunately busy Sunday, I totally understand.
Yeah. Now we go into a feature film.
Okay, feature film.
Characters in it.
This feature film is.
This one is Looney Tunes Back in Action, the full screen edition, with Brendan Fraser, Jenna Elfman, and Steve Martin.
Oh, it's got Steve Martin. Okay, and this I know that's full screen.
This film was released in 2003, and this was released on DVD and VHS on March 2nd, 2004.
Must be Flicka. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I think the yellow bar, it means it's in full screen. But I think there's a widescreen edition of this.
Yes, there is a widescreen edition with a blue bar right there, but this one's full screen. And it's yellow.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool with the yellow bar looks cool, but I just prefer widescreen better. That's how I call in the Scooby-Doo movie from 2002, which unfortunately I don't have. Oh yeah, we're showing. Well, that's something related.
The film was released in November 2003, and this was released on VHS and DVD on March 2nd, 2004.
Okay, that was 2 weeks before New Friends for Thomas, released on both VHS and DVD. And this was
Thumbs Up says Ebert and Roper, and this is rated PG for some mild language and innuendo, and it's 92 minutes. And this comes with an old style snapper case that Warner Brothers DVD releases from the late 90s to the early 2000s used. This has a theme index, and the disc shows Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck.
Yeah, I know.
The full screen edition, it has the regular version of the Warner Home Video logo in full screen with the regular strings theme, but for some reason the widescreen edition uses the dual synthesized strings theme instead for some reason. I don't know why they switched the strings in the Warner Home Video logo around on different editions of that same DVD. That's just bizarre.
Yeah. We might be moving on to...
Now we go into regular Looney Tunes DVDs that are not box sets, called the Looney Tunes Superstars titles. The first one is Bugs Bunny Hair Extraordinaire. Released August 14, 2010.
August 14, 2010. It was a while before Thomas Misty Island Rescue released on DVD and Blu-ray, and after the Thomas Season 13 release, Creaky Cranky released on DVD.
Oh, August 10th, 2010.
August 10th, 2010. So August 10th, several weeks, and then this before weeks before Thomas Misty Island Rescue got its first DVD release, and on being on Blu-ray, a Thomas Blu-ray we got.
This one has 15 cartoons. I can list them because these Superstars ones are just one disc, so I can list the cartoons on here.
Well, I'm keeping an eye on the it's getting close to 11 o'clock in my area, Flicka, because I'm not sure if I can stay. I mean,
well, I could make an additional second part, like on June 16th, whenever I get back to streaming, but...
Well, I mean, because I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, because I mean, tomorrow I might be doing some stuff, but I'm not quite sure. I mean, this is just going to be a long time. Well, anyway.
Disc 5. No. The cartoons on this DVD, it says, Ears to You, Bugs, 15 Never Before on DVD Vault Classics. So the cartoons on here are Mutiny on the Bunny, which is from 1950, Bushy Hair from 1950, Here We Go from 1951, Foxy by Proxy from 1952, Hair Trimmed from 1953, Lumberjack Rabbit from 1953, Napoleon Bonaparte from 1956, Bedeviled Rabbit from 1957, Apes of Wrath from 1959, From Hair to Hair from 1960, Lighter Than Hair from 1960, The Million Hair from 1963, Mad as a Mars Hair from 1963, Dr. Devil and Mr. Hair from 1964, and False Hair from 1964. Now, for some reason, the DVD just says standard version, meaning it's in full screen, but most of the cartoons on this DVD, with the exception of the first 5, are actually in widescreen. That's just false. That's just false information on a DVD. It says they're in full screen, but only the first 5 are in full screen, and the rest of them is in widescreen. This has led to a complaint on some collectors in 2010 for cropping the cartoons in widescreen.
That's kind of like the Thomas release Hero of the Rails. It says full screen on the actual slipcover in DVD and on the disc art, but for some reason the actual movie of Thomas Hero of the Rails is in widescreen.
Here's the disc for Bugs Bunny Hair Extraordinaire, and this, as it's released from August 2010, this has the new piracy warning screen from the late 2000s, which was shown on Blu-ray releases before it was shown on DVD.
Kind of throwback, like how they released a Blu-ray alone of Talladega Nights: The Ballad of Bobby on a single Blu-ray that doesn't contain the theatrical version, and then they eventually released it on a DVD that has an unrated version of 2-format DVD of Talladega Nights: The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
And this has a zoomed-in version of the 1996 Warner Home Video logo in widescreen with the dual synthesized strings theme. Which Alright. Next up is Looney Tunes Superstars Daffy Duck Frustrated Fowl. I'm probably going to end the stream by around 9:30.
Well, it sure doesn't. I really think I hope we could just. Well, I think we should probably stop at around 11 because I want to make sure you can do the rest. You can still do the rest with me for the next.
We'll stop after I show the Looney Tunes Superstars DVDs, and then we'll.
Well, okay, that's what we'll do. Okay.
So, Looney Tunes Superstars Daffy Duck Frustrated Fowl, released August 10th, 2010 as well.
Yep. Don't need to explain something else again.
Foul Deeds, 15 Never Before on DVD Vault Classics. This has the cartoons Tick Tock Tucker from 1944, Nasty Quacks from 1945, Daffy Dilly from 1948, Wise Quackers from 1949, The Prize Pest from 1951, Design for Leaving from 1954, Stork Naked from 1955, This Is a Life from 1955, Time to Retire from 1955, Ducking the Devil from 1957, People Are Bunny from 1959, Person the Bunny from 1960, Daffy's in Trouble from 1961, The Iceman Ducketh from 1964, and Suppressed Duck from 1965. Like the Bugs Bunny DVD, the cartoons on this Daffy Duck DVD are mostly in widescreen, with the exception of the first 5 cartoons. even though it just says standard version on the disc, which, once again, this also led to a complaint with some collectors. Here's the disc for Daffy Duck Frustrated Fowl. This is this and the Bugs Bunny DVD are one of the only DVDs of the Looney Tunes Superstar series to show artwork on the disc. Alright, this next one we're going to get into, that's when we start getting into this next Looney Tunes Superstars DVD we're going to get to from 2010. That's when we start getting into the clear disc styles.
Yeah, not a standard comic release by itself can use a clear disc at all.
Foghorn Leghorn and Friends Barnyard Big Mouth, released on November 30th, 2010.
Okay, that was a week and that was a month and a few days after Thomas released Merry Winter Wish, released on DVD by itself, and like a while before the Thomas the Adventure Pack released on DVD, the whole season 12 box set, which I know you do not have the Thomas Adventure Pack season 12. No. What?
No, but I do have Railway Friends on DVD from 2009.
I mean, I don't know what you want to do. If you want to get either the other season 12 releases by themselves, or just get the Adventure Pack and get rid of that Railway Friends disc.
I used to have the High Speed Adventures DVD, but I think it got lost.
Oh, I mean, you could just get the Adventure Pack and then just take the disc from your individual copy of Railway Friends and make sure that your parents understand that you still have your disc of Railway Friends. Because I know that's why my friend Jake Martin is not getting the Thomas Adventure Pack. So he'd rather get the other two season 12 DVDs individually. I say he needs the remaining two of season 12 individually. Well, anyway, let's get this released quickly.
So it says Birds of a Feather, Gotta Laugh Together, 15 remastered, 14 never before on DVD Vault Classics. So, this contains the shorts All Fouled Up from 1955, Fox Terror from 1957, A Broken Leghorn from 1959, Crockett Doodle Doo from 1960, Weasel While You Work from 1958, which was one of the cartoons that a musician got a musician's strike.
Oh my god.
Weasel Stop from 1956, Little Boy Boo from 1954, Banty Raids from 1963, Strangled Eggs from 1961, Go for Broke from 1958, which was another cartoon that came out during a musician's strike from a musician. A Mutt in a Rut from 1959, Mouse Plays Kitten from 1959, Cheez-It the Cat from 1957, Two Crows from Tacos from 1956, and Crow's Feet from 1962. So, Weasel While You Work and Go for Broke were released when a music composer for Looney Tunes got a musician's strike, so they used stock music from a library, while from a music library when the music composer got a musician's strike. But this DVD, this has an option where you could. This one actually says standard version and widescreen version. And it actually also has an option where you can watch all of those cartoons either in full screen or widescreen.
Well, at least they did fix their mistake.
Yes. Here's the disc for Foghorn Leghorn and Friends. Just a clear disc. I have four more DVDs for the Looney Tunes Superstars left.
Oh, okay. Let's quickly blow through this.
This one is called Tweety and Sylvester, Feline Frenzy, released November 30th, 2010 as well. And of course, this one says, Suffer and Succotash, we're superstars. That was just my Sylvester impression. It just has the cartoons Tweety Pie from 1947, Battle Putty Tat from 1949, which is in low tone on this DVD, unlike the second volume of Looney Tunes Golden Collection, which had it in its normal pitch. The cartoon Battle Putty Tat is in low tone on this DVD for some reason.
That's why I rather get the Spotlight collection.
And an All a Bird from 1950, Canary Row from 1950, Putty Tat Trouble from 1951, Room and Bird from 1951, Tweety's SOS from 1951, Tweet Tweet Tweety from 1951, Gift Wrapped from 1952, Ain't She Tweet from 1952, Snow Business from 1953, Satan's Waitin' from 1954, The Last Hungry Cat from 1961, Birds Anonymous from 1957, and Tweety and the Beanstalk from 1957, which what I find very odd about the last cartoon is that although this is a Merry Melodies cartoon, it incorrectly plays the merry-go-round broke down during the opening and ending titles, which usually signals a cartoon in a Looney Tunes series, whereas most of the Merry Melodies cartoons have the song Merrily We Roll Along playing in it. But they made a mistake on Tweety and the Beanstalk.
Oh my god.
The mistake is also intact when Tweety and the Beanstalk is shown on Volume 5 of the Looney Tunes Golden Collection. And here's the disc for Tweety and Sylvester Feline Frenzy. I have 3 more cartoons left, 3 more DVDs left to show for the Looney Tunes Superstars.
Yeah.
Technically 4, but one of the box sets already contains the same discs that I already showed. All right. All right. Next one. Looney Tunes Superstars Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote Super Genius Hijinks. And it was released, I believe it was released in October 2011, if I'm correct.
It was. That means that it was a while after the Thomas released. Merry Christmas Thomas released on DVD. Because I know it's October 11th, 2011, Merry Christmas Thomas released on DVD.
Yeah, here we go. October 4th, 2011.
Okay, a week before Merry Christmas Thomas released on DVD.
October 4th, 2011 is when the DVD was released.
Yep, I just said that. A week
On the
before
Run,
Thomas.
15 Supersonic, and Super Silly Chases. And of course, now I'm going to tell you the cartoons here. They include.
Sorry.
They include the first 3 cartoons, Coyote Falls, Fur of Flying, and Rapid Rider are all CGI animated cartoons from 2010. The Wizard of Owl from 2003, Chariots of Fur from 1994, Little Go Beep from 2000, and then after that go a bunch of Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoons from 1965 and 1966, which are Sugar and Spies, Clipperty Clobber, the Sullenton Coyote, Out and Out Route, Shot and Botter, Chaser on the Rocks, Highway Runnery, Boulder Wham, and Harried and Hurried. I'm surprised they did not include Roadrunner cartoons from the late 1950s and early 1960s. They only showed cartoons from 1965 to 2010 on here. I mean, obviously, I like the Roadrunner cartoons from the 1950s and early 1960s better than the ones from the mid 1960s and onward. Well, actually, there was actually one Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoon from the 1940s called Fast and Furious from 1949. But that's the only Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote cartoon from the 1940s. But anyway, once again, got a full screen and widescreen option. Here's the disc for Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
All right. Whew. Luckily, I think there's 2 more to go.
Yes.
Man, I'm starting. I'm not really getting tired. It's just getting very late in my stage.
All right. Next one. Looney Tunes Superstars, Pepe Le Pew, the best of the best, with 17 cartoons. It says, Love Stinks, and 17 sensational cartoons. And include Oh, Adorable Kitty from 1945, Sentimental Over You from 1947, Odor of the Day from 1948, For Sentimental Reasons from 1949, Sentimental Romeo from 1951, Little Bo Peep from 1952, Wild Over You from 1953, Dog Pounded from 1954, The Cat's Spa from 1954, Past Perfumance from 1955, 2 Cents Worth from 1955, Heaven Sent from 1956, Touche and Go from 1957, Really Sent from 1959, Who Sent You? Lead from 1960, Ascent of the Matterhorn from 1961, and Louvre Come Back to Me from 1962.
Okay. Yeah, sorry I'm not talking much, but I know these are the same.
Here's the disc for Pepe Le Pew. Now this last one
Finally, yes.
is actually going to be Looney Tunes Superstars Volume 2, a compilation of 48 cartoon classics. I got rid of the Daffy Duck and Tweety and Sylvester discs because I already have those individually, but the only one that I don't have that is on this is Porky and Friends. So I kept that one because I don't have that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this set does not even list the cartoons for the Porky and Friends DVD release, so I'm going to have to look them up.
Yeah, while you're looking this up, like I need to speak of some. Keep forgetting to speak about stuff. I think I know a trick you could do if you get the Thomas Adventure Pack. Since you're missing the other season 12 releases of Thomas, well, if you don't have the others individually, but you just have Railway Friends by itself, just the only one.
All right.
I think. Well, I know a trick you
Porky and Friends Hilarious Ham is released November 6, 2012. As for the Pepe Le Pew one, that is released December 27, 2011. All right. I just found out the names on this Looney Tunes fandom. So the cartoons on here are Tom, Turk, and Daffy, which is from 1944, Wagon Heels from 1945, Mouse Menace from 1946, One Meat Brawl from 1947, Curtain Raiser from 1949, The Pest That Came to Dinner from 1948, Raffy Daffy from 1948, Boobs in the Woods from 1950, Dog Collar from 1950, Fun Fun from 1952, Full Coverage from 1952, Corn on the Cob from 1965, Corn Plastered from 1951, Gone Batty from 1954, Ant Pasted from 1953, Doggone People from 1960, Bonnie and Claude Re-Rub Carrot Patches from 1968, and The Great Carrot Train Robbery from 1969.
(1969) was the same year that the Christmas classic Frosty the Snowman came out.
It was also the same year Sesame Street premiered.
Yeah, yeah.
Which Looney Tunes cartoons stopped being in theaters, I believe, in 1969.
Yep.
Like earlier in 1969. And then Sesame Street aired later in 1969. Right. That was the disc for Porky and Friends Hilarious Ham. Well, guys,
I better
make a second part on June 16th because I have way more Warner Brothers CVDs than I expected, and I only had time to show some of them for this part.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Don't
to
worry, there's gonna be another part coming.
Yeah, I know there'll be another part.
16th. So
I'm
until
gonna
then,
go. I'll go.
We'll catch you later.